Music matters.
Really does.
Kid Lords.
Yeah.
Kid Lords shit. We back. We back. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
How's everybody feeling on this young meniscus birthday?
Amazing.
Cool.
I'm feeling amazing.
How's 21 been treating you so far for the first like 7 hours?
Bro, honestly, I done bought me some liquor already. I'm feeling like my true self.
I always feel like the 21st for me, I don't know. It was like I expected this big whole thing. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the club, I'm gonna get fucked up. But it's like, dude, in reality, it's just like another birthday.
It just
Yeah.
matters who you're around.
Yeah, it just.
Yeah, that's what we were
it's
saying.
Literally, surround yourself with then. Who we with?
That's kind of how I felt on my birthday. We like went to the club. And it was like on like a Thursday, and like there was no one there. And I was like,
Underwhelming as hell.
yeah, it was like super dry. But it was
That
like,
one guy in the corner just dancing by himself.
yeah, I'm like, it's my birthday. Yeah, but it was fully like good because of like who I was around. You know, I feel like it's all based in that.
It literally is. Honestly, I've spent about probably like two, 3 birthdays without like any family around except for like just homies.
And
And this is like my 4th one, I think.
Yeah.
And I fuck with it every year. I just do what I want to do. You feel me?
You said you guys were going to Tahoe for your birthday every year, right?
Yeah. So like probably for like the last 3 years, except for like last year, of course. We've been going to Tahoe. We go to Tahoe every year, and we just fucking trip out, fucking do our thing, bro.
That probably makes it feel like more of an occasion. Yeah.
It does, honestly. And then I'll get like all the homies. I'll fucking organize the whole trip real quick.
Gots to.
Because I don't know, it just makes it more fun when you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be happening on one day.
No, of course. Yeah, of course. It was. I was like in preparation for this interview. I was like watching over our last one. It's been a year.
It's been
It's been a
13
year
months.
now.
Since we did
The
our-
first interview.
Oh shit. No, yeah, we were literally thinking about that the other day, like just looking back at that interview, looking back at like videos that we were dropping at that time.
Yeah.
Because like we're like, damn, it's like really been a year since like I think that we've been like hella taking shit seriously.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of been like 2-ish, 3 years since we started making music, and I'm like, damn, we're just looking at our growth since then, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I think we're pretty pretty
Also,
happy with.
thank you very much.
Yeah, dude.
For what?
You gave us our first interview, man.
Bro, it was an honor.
Bro, it was an honor for us.
I was and I still am a huge fan to you guys. You
Thank
know,
you.
I mean,
Thank
beyond
you.
you guys being some of my close friends, it's like I'm fans of you. You know,
Thank
like
you.
it's like I was an honor to interview you.
It was an honor to get interviewed because I didn't think at
It-
that time we were not expecting that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. At all.
I'm trying to think. Like that was like rundown time, right?
Exactly. You caught us very, very like early.
Yeah, because of Shalom. Shout out Shalom.
Shout out
No,
Shalom.
literally. That's what. Yeah,
Shout out
literally.
Shalom.
Shout out Shalom. We're gonna run back to that.
Shout out Shalom. Shout out Mario Sosa.
Yeah, shout out Mario
I
Sosa
think
too.
that interview though made us feel like, you know, like that we have something that people can actually care about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like
Mm.
just like kind of showed us that like that we could do more and stuff. So I was like, yeah.
Do you think like up to that point, because I feel like in a lot of musicians' careers, there's like a point where it's like you think you can do it, like you think you believe in yourself, but you don't have the faith that other people believe in you.
Exactly.
Like, do you think around that time was when you first started like realizing that wow, we have something that people actually care about?
You gave us that motion, twin.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
You
thank
honestly,
you, man. That's an honor.
It showed like that love for real because you put us on a platform that we were just like, holy shit, we're on an actual platform to be showcased for something that we
Yeah.
love to be doing. So it was like, it felt different compared to like someone just showing us love. You
Yeah.
know? That was a different type of love that we were like experiencing. I feel like.
Thank you,
everyone
bro.
could like talk for that. I feel we were all fucking super nervous.
Really?
Everyone, right? Like,
Nervous,
Yeah.
geek, you know.
If you
just
look-
excited.
If you look at the first interview,
Uh huh.
you could just tell all of us are like,
you can tell. All of us
well-
are hella
dude.
nervous.
Well, now that I like know you guys, I could tell you were
Yeah,
nervous,
definitely.
but
It was
like
Yeah.
I couldn't tell then.
that was the all right for the first
That's good.
video y'all saw of us, like that interview. That was the first time we ever met this dude. Like,
Yeah, literally
in
we
our
met
life,
we met like that day.
so it felt like a job interview. Like to where like
that means I wasn't doing my job. I hate that.
No, but it was good because you hit the points that needed to be hit.
Yeah.
And we never had that before, you know?
Yeah.
So when you were up there like asking us like real questions, like, oh shit, this is a real interview. Like we were not prepared for that. Like we were a little prepared, but like it definitely made us nervous. But I'd say from that interview a year ago, and you just take this interview from now, and you see the growth that we've done. Growth that we see that we've done all together. It's astronomical, bro. Just wait.
I think you put us to that pushing point, you know, like we were like, we got to see from like a third person perspective type shit.
Like a fan perspective, because I was a fan, yeah.
But
I still am.
We don't. Okay. Let me just preface this as a point for all the Kid Lordians. You guys are Kid Lords. You guys are not just y'all not fans for real.
Y'all
like,
fam.
Y'all are fams.
Fans not fam not
you know,
fans.
Like all of our supporters at this point, we are hella connected to. Like we thank everybody for like any support that they show us. So it's like any love that's shown to us, I think it's just equivalent to the love that
we're gonna give back.
You know?
Yeah. But you guys also give that off.
Yeah,
like I feel like
reciprocated.
Of course, yeah. I think one thing you guys have like nailed really early in your careers is like building a fan base. And like when I say that, it's not like building streaming numbers, it's not building followers, whatever. Yeah. That's very different from building a fan base. Yeah. Like when I've been a bunch of your guys' shows, it's like every single one you have returning faces because they trust you guys and they know you're gonna put on a crazy show. It's like that's what building a fan base is.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we really
damn near.
That's what we're working for. That's why we're like in hella like our videos and stuff. Sometimes we'll just say like Kid Lord Cult. Like when we like for war, like when we had all our homies like pop up, like instead of putting like hella names for the credits, we just put Kid Lord Cult. That's literally like those kids that were in that video, bro. Those are the kids that are like show up every day for us, like at every show, that are reposting everything that we do, like keeping up with everything we do, showing other people our music and stuff. Like that's our gang.
It's definitely the homies. For sure.
I would literally give all of our success to either our talent or our friends.
Yeah. That's one thing. I was having a conversation last night at a show, and I was talking to my homie Steve. Shout out to Steve. Good-ass guy, Steve Martone. But we were talking about, like, how there becomes a certain point, like, in your artistry that, like, you can't ignore the industry side of shit anymore. Like, we were talking about how important it is to, like, really build, like, returning followers, returning fans, people who, like, are invested in you as, like, a musician and your art.
Even if it wasn't, like you weren't a musician, like, you're going to have to, like, make people just invest in who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Type shit.
I think for, like, especially when I first moved here, I was, like, very much in the mindset of, like, I'm going to be in the studio all day and just grind. But it's, like, that's, like, not really, like, I mean, that, of course, that's important, but it's, like, beyond that, like, it's more than that. You have to be, like, out. You got to be, like, show face it. You got to show face at events. You got to be out and about, like, really meeting people and networking in person.
No, yeah, that's literally, like, what Mally tells us, like, literally all the time. Mally's always just, like...
Shout out 35 millimeter.
Shout out 35 millimeter.
Shout out.
Yeah, and Sebastian. But, no, yeah, literally, like, just telling us, like, you know what, you might be tired one day, you don't want to go to this thing that someone invited you to, but, like, if that person shows up for you, then, like, you show up for that person, too. Like, you don't even have to do anything. Just go, say hi, and you can leave.
Like, show face, yeah.
Yeah, literally just show face.
That's actually so true, because that means, like, everything to people.
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak, like, from, like, experience, like, as somebody, like, those shows, like, like, it means a lot, like, when someone pops out, you know? Like, it's different, because, you know, then you know, like, it's not like they just rock with you to, like, you know, for an opportunity or, like, who you are, but it's, like, they really rock with what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice, like, I mean, I just said, like, I notice a lot of recurring faces at your shows. Do you notice a lot of the same faces at your shows, like a lot of the same people?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. It's
definitely.
Like, it's like our friends, and then, like, some of our family be coming up, too, but it's a good experience, I mean, for us, like, just to see the same people coming over and supporting us, like, like, I wouldn't feel like I would even be in that position, like, where we're at right now, so... It's just a blessing, honestly. Yeah.
I think what's really cool about it, too, like, when I started, because I've been to so many of you guys' shows, but, like, when I started realizing that I was seeing the same people at them, I was like, you know, I'm sure you could speak on this, Mario could speak on this, but it's, Monet could speak on this, but it's, like, San Jose is kind of, like, a bit on the come-up right now.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Anyone who's in San Jose...
There's more of a scene.
Supporting San Jose music.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everyone that's in our city knows, like, all right, bro, we need to put on for our own city because there's not a lot of people putting on for San Jose. There's a lot of people. There's probably a couple of people, handful of people in our industry that have came out and like actually successful of San Jose, but there's not that many people putting on San Jose.
Yeah,
you know?
like they aren't repping it.
They're not repping it.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you rep your city to the fullest, they're gonna support you. So it's like if you give that same support back to your city, it's hand in hand, you know.
And it's super strange because it's like literally the biggest city in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
You would think that like there'd be way more coming out of there, and I never fully understood like why there hasn't been.
The thing is everyone in San Jose is really focused on business. And the business
It's like
side
Silicon
of,
Valley, like the heart of Silicon Valley,
it's
really.
the heart of Silicon Valley, where you will see the most successful people probably come out of San Jose, but it's only because they're focused on business. No one's really, I mean, there is a lot of people, a lot of older people, a lot of people past our generation or in our generation that show love to our community of what we do. But it's like also they're trying to expand, which is exactly what we're trying to do. And it's like it's hard to expand and cater to your own city.
Yeah, I feel weird like talking about this sometimes because it's like I really need to like, because it's like it feels like disingenuous in a way. I don't know why I have so many reservations about it, but it's like I hate admitting that there is a ceiling in the Bay Area, but there just is.
There is, but there's
because I love
artists who
love
can
it so
pierce
much
the veil
for sure.
You know?
Shout out to
Like,
Pierce the Veil.
Shout out to Pierce the
Good
Veil.
ass bands.
But there's literally artists in San Jose who can escape that. Or there's people in the Bay Area who can escape the Bay
for
Area
sure.
wall, the ceiling, you know? And it's a matter of getting out there and putting yourself out there. And it's not just, okay, I solely just represent the Bay Area.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, bro, you got to put on for the whole area, you
whole
know?
world.
Like it's not just about a focus of Bay Area. For us, I feel like it's more of a focus of, okay, let's put everyone on our shit
Yeah.
and let's see how that works.
I think it's like something that you have to come into terms with too, like how you said that, like
Definitely.
like that we're like the San Jose scene is coming up in some sense, you know what I'm saying? But like I think that that's something like in my head I had to come to terms with is that like I'm gonna rep San Jose, the Bay, whatever, California, wherever I'm from, like to the fullest. But there's gonna become like a certain point, like in all of our careers, where like we can't stay in the Bay our whole lives. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't be our whole lives, and like we're just gonna be like focused on like getting traction in other places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I think that's like. You have to like kind of leave the Bay. That's what you mean, right? Like a ceiling. You kind of have to like.
I wish I didn't mean that, but I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but it's
true.
But it's just like a
doesn't
hard
mean that
reality.
You don't rep it anymore.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
It's just like a hard reality. Like this like I was literally having the same conversation last night with the guy I was talking about. But it's like one thing we were saying is like after COVID, like for example, a venue like Gilman, you know, it's like a Berkeley-based venue that fully runs off of volunteers. That just, as much as we all wish that was the case, it's not realistic after COVID.
Exactly.
Like post-COVID, that's just not going to exist. So it's like things like that. Those are the kind of things like we wish they could exist forever. But it's like you get to a point where it's like it just
Comes to a standpoint.
yeah, like you stagnate at a certain point,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
But
Because it becomes there's a certain audience you can reach
yeah,
between the Bay Area, you know, depending on what your aesthetic is, quote unquote, or what your group is,
Yeah.
also, quote unquote, that shit. But like, there's a certain cap to who you can reach in the Bay Area, right? And I feel like once you are able to expand into the outer groups of, okay, now you have everyone in San Francisco
yeah,
in your same group, but now that group is larger, you know? So it's like, I feel like every subgroup that's going to be messing with your music is just growing consistently if you're able to connect with every cities.
You gotta kind of
That's
like
true.
never. That's in my head. Like I'm like never satisfied. Like I am like I could take wins, but I'm like I'm saying like if I have like this group of kids, like how I say like these are my friends and this is like my quote, this is my fam, they're supporting me. Like that's cool, but I want more. Like I that's where you gotta kind of have to come into understanding with too. Like you're just like I have this, but now I'm gonna go like dive into this, and and then we're gonna all make it together, and then we're gonna go over there and like make them fuck with us here, and it's like. It's always like, I want more.
You have to have the plan to just take over where wherever you set your eyes to.
World domination.
World domination.
World
like
domination.
that has to be your goal if you want to expand out of or the Bay Area in general.
That's kind of the place that I reached. You know, it's like I don't even really like it's weird. Like it's like I shouldn't feel so weird talking about it, but it's like I do because I love that place so much, man. I love the.
You rep it to the max. I don't think you should ever feel like some type of way about it. You're above the bridge. Your logo is literally like the San Francisco Bridge. Like nah. Now you're just taking it other places. People in like Germany or some random place, you know, are just gonna be like, damn, these people in the United States are fire. And
Where did you just sell it? You had a thrifted shirt.
Oh, I was just gonna say, that was fucking crazy. Yeah, we got a DM that blew my mind. I got a DM. I was like, come back from breakfast with all the homies, and I was like on Instagram, whatever, in the car. Got a DM from like some dude. Well, I didn't get it. Toucan got it, but some dude like DM Toucan and was like, "Hey, is this your guys' merch?" And I was like, "What?
How'd he get over there?
I don't know. That's like what I was trying to figure out. It's like it was in Egypt. Like it was in a thrift store in Egypt. How did an Above the Bridge hoodie get to a thrift store in Egypt?
You know what it was? It's probably someone that just lost their sweater in a hotel.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And they just gave it to a thrift somewhere.
Yeah.
And someone just came up on it.
But I would love, like, I wish there was like a tracker on it, like how
to see who bought that and then went to Egypt and then lost their Above the Bridge merch. Right? It was probably like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like you got someone that's a real fan.
That's beautiful.
Like
it was humbling.
You think about it, if I take a shirt with me when I'm on a trip and I'm trying to like, you know, get swagged up on that trip, then like that's like I'm bringing my grills, you know.
Exactly.
So for them to bring your shirt with them. Or like, or
that's
like,
a cool way to look at it.
It's like their favorite
facts.
shirt to sleep in or something. Like if that too, you know, like that's fire.
That's a cool way to look at it. That's hella cool.
Right?
Yeah, but that blew my mind. I was like, oh, I wish I knew how that got there.
Yeah.
You know, but that was so cool to me. Have you guys had any cool experiences like that? Like with other people? Like, were there any moments where you were like, wow, this is bigger than what we thought? Because I think I've had some moments where I realized, like, damn, like the reach that, like, because you know, you can see like a certain amount of streams or plays on a song, but you don't know like how many people that really is. It's weird.
No, I have a story about the time I went to Rolling Loud, Miami. Okay, so
that's sick. When we're going to Miami.
Yeah, bro, that shit was hella fun. But I only went for one day because we had a show the next it was an autumn show. It was
like 3 days after.
We had a show for autumn that was on the day 3 of Rolling Loud. So I had to leave the second day. Yeah. But the show got canceled, and I didn't have to leave Rolling Loud. But anyways, I'm going to get back to my story. So I'm up in the crowd. I'm up in the crowd chilling. Yachty's playing, you know. He playing. I'm like, eh. And then all of a sudden I feel a tap on my shoulder, like, and I'm like, oh, shit, what is it? And then it's some dude. He's like, wait, dude, are you part of Kid Lords? And I was like, no fucking way right now. I'm in Miami. And how does this dude know about the Kid Lords? He was like, yeah, where's everyone else at? And I'm like, what? Oh, shit, where the fuck? Because they didn't go. It was just me. But I was like, dude, how the fuck does this guy know us? And it comes to find out, he was like, yeah, bro, I found you guys on Instagram. I saw you guys on TikTok. Yeah, you guys are going crazy. Like, that's something I never think about because we're from the West Coast of, you know, we're from California, and to be all the way on the other side of
to the whole side of the country,
America, and for someone to be like, "Whoa, you're Kid Lords," and I'm like,
shout out TikTok, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Nah, but like my favorite thing when like something like that happens, like, cause that happens like I think a lot to us. Like we'll go to shows, we'll just be out somewhere, and like it's kind of bound to happen. Like somebody just kind of comes up to us and they're like, "Yo," like, but they be like, they look me right in the eye and be like, Kids Lords. I'm like,
Kids Lords?
Kids
That's
Lords?
another thing, bro.
Are you part of the Kids Lords?
You're the Kids
No.
Lords.
They will like.
Are you Kid Lord?
This has
I didn't know there was
happened
an S right
multiple times in LA, where people will come up to us and they'll literally be like,
So confident too.
"Are you the Kids Lords?" They won't. It's like
Kids
like
Lords?
Kids Lords.
Kids Lords.
And I'll be like,
Probably hella fucked
hell
up.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Kids
No
Lords.
kids.
Yeah.
No kids.
I
We're the
am Kids Lords.
I am Kids Lords. Bro, it was the funniest thing when it happened to us at the club. Like probably like about like 4 months ago. Like the last time we were here. I think. And we went out and these people were just like, wait a minute. oh my God, it's Kid Lords. And we were like literally outside in like a line, the line to like get into like some club. And that shit had me and T, like, bro, we were dying.
Yeah.
Bro. We were like, you just say Kid Lords.
Are you guys Kiss Loves?
I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's me, girl.
Damn right we Kiss Loves.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious to me, honestly.
That's what I mean. Like, you can like look at like, for example, like there's videos like on our channel that have like, you know, what, however many views, but it's like, you can look at those and it's like that number doesn't register in your head. Like, for example, if you guys have a song with 10,000 plays, it's like, you know, you look at that number and it's just a number. But then like if you visualize how many people that really is in your head, that's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
It's
more than I can fathom, to be honest.
bro.
With you.
Like, if I had those many people listening to the same song while I was performing, I would be mind blown.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Like, say you had 10,000 people while you're performing, you just...
You're controlling the whole vibe.
Like, that is crazy. But definitely expanding. We coming at you. We coming at you. Just know. Just know.
At the world.
Yeah, we coming at you.
Come on.
Yeah.
What's the biggest show you guys have played so far?
Dude, yours.
Yours, bro.
Oh, really?
I mean, at least with.
I promise that wasn't like a gas me question.
No. But it was probably the most love we felt from a show.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The most interactive show we've probably ever had.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that was the most genuine show we've had and most connecting show we've had.
That one was so fun,
I
man.
guess, like,
What was your favorite part about the show, Tony?
The show, oh shit,
The TV show?
fuck, like everything. I mean, just having like everyone at like the same place, just repping Kid Lords, repping Above the Bridge. You know, like the shit's fucking. It was just.
I'd say,
amazing,
like,
honestly,
seeing everyone there that we fuck with,
Yeah.
and for everyone to be there on the same stage,
Yeah.
it definitely meant something. Like,
It felt like a moment.
It
yeah.
definitely
It was
felt like a
definitely
moment.
a moment
A
in
big
like
moment,
all of our
yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
like as opposed to like shows we've done for like bigger artists, say like D Savage, that was a really big show, but those people weren't there for us, you know.
Exactly.
Those people were there for D Savage.
Yeah.
The crowd was cool, a lot of people, but it's different when you go to a show and people are there for you and for
Your homies.
for your homies, you know, and it's just a different vibe because they genuinely fuck with you, you know. It's
Yeah,
different.
because we had all the Strife Gang there too.
Yeah.
And bro,
Yeah, Dream,
we've been locked
yeah,
in with
Kobe.
Strife Gang. Bro, shout out Dream,
Shout out Dream.
Kobe.
Good.
They were there too, and bro, that was a really great show. Like it felt like
It felt like family.
I felt
what,
it
what,
did.
what
Yes,
month?
exactly.
What month was that show?
It's right there,
It was
October 27th.
It was October.
Yeah.
damn near Halloween show.
Yeah, damn near.
It was, yeah, basically.
I just remember, bro, like that show, like
That's why we dressed up all.
And we
crazy.
looked hella cool,
Bro,
too.
we
Some
were
of the
just
costumes
feeling
were
different
sick.
energy, you know. I think that like around that like specific time of the year, like we had like hella like just like angst in our hearts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like hella shit was going on in our lives, and like I don't know. I feel like having a show like that where like we could see everybody like in the crowd and like kind of know them, you know, or like
Singing your
like,
lyrics,
they were
yeah.
familiar faces. It was like the first time we performed "Take Me Back to 2013."
Yeah.
That shit
Yeah.
meant so much, you know, like
Dude,
that was
yeah.
great. And like the hospitality you give has been like probably the best hospitality I've
No,
ever like
definitely.
Thank
dealt
you.
with at a show ever.
Thank you. I take a lot of pride in that. Thank you, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
I promise you, anyone that was part of that show they would probably give you your flowers times 10
Thank you,
because
man.
of
Thank
how
you.
well you do that show. And this not just because
Very
we on
organized.
ATV. This is just because we love ATV
No, yeah,
like
like
that.
I'm not even gonna cap. Like, not even just because we're biased. Like, this is not even on bias for real. This is
Nah.
the ATV show was
being
the
real.
most organized show we've ever. I think we could all collectively say we've been at.
Thank you, gang. I love you
know?
guys. Appreciate
No, yeah,
that so
dude.
much.
Like,
It felt
keep
very
doing your shit.
seamless.
Mhm.
Like you ran that show very smoothly.
Was that your
Thank
first
you.
show?
Appreciate
That's
it.
that was number 2.
That was
That's
number
number
two.
two.
Too,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
Number
to
3
see.
on the way.
Dude, I
Yeah.
know. I love how like you and Mateo like come up like wearing like suits and shit.
No,
Dude,
I
that's
had
the
to pop
best.
I
out.
fucking love that
Yeah,
shit,
thank
bro.
you.
I
Yeah.
think that
Y'all-
shit's hard,
Y'all
bro.
on your professional tip with that one. Bro. Like, that shit's
No, because
hard.
it makes you look important, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Like,
stand out.
You're the one that's running it.
No, yeah, you look like the big boss, which you is the big boss. You know?
You the big one. I
And-
appreciate you.
And
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to see what's gonna be like in a year to 2 years. Like, bro,
ATV festivals.
Yeah, you're going to be
Dude,
having
this
your own
summer maybe.
festivals. You're
Well,
going to
possibly.
be organizing like the craziest shows.
Thank you,
I'm
bro.
saying, bro.
Thank you. That is like I think out of everything that like ATB has become, that's probably my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, throwing shows.
It's like it's probably the most stressful, but it's probably my favorite thing to do.
And like not even to get like logistical and stuff, but like to be honest with you, like you probably that show, you're our friend, bro. Like you're our friend. Like most of the time when we're throwing like shows with people that are like we're cool with, like we put our prices down, you know what I'm saying? For like how we show up. But like, bro, you paid us probably like the most we've ever been paid for a show.
Oh, that's so great.
But
to
it's
hear.
also because like,
Fuck
ticket sales, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm telling you, bro, like after that show, like I set the standard higher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you should.
After that show, I was like, nah, like if this is what our friend is paying us, like someone that's like just cool with us, then like somebody that's not really like just like they're just like talent marketing, you know what I'm saying? They're like just trying to find us, like, nah, and like now like this is it. This is a set price.
But that's good. Like you need to know your
worth.
worth.
Exactly. Which
yeah,
like
you kind of showed us that.
No, I think
Thank you,
ATV like showed us like our worth like to the max.
That's an honor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's ditto, like you were saying.
Thank you, bro.
Ditto,
Thank you.
For real.
I think that show had like so many moments too. Like I've talked about it on like a couple interviews now, but it's like the moment where like Mano's cousin came on stage was so great. That was the coolest thing to me.
I hella remember that.
That like gave me chills. Like that made me want to cry. I was like,
Bro.
that's so beautiful.
That's
Like I was like, just like I said, bro. Like he's like an embodiment of a Kid Lord, bro. Like he's like me and TB have seen that. Even Zev seen that kid grow up since he was born.
Shout out the Palomino family.
Shout out the
Palomino family.
For real, that's the only reason I know how to fight for real.
And it's also very moving when you see your little cousins like their little cousins. As like okay, let me take you to a little story back like 2 weeks ago. I was at Menasce's house, and his little cousin just came up to me, started spitting a verse off of War.
What?
And he's like,
that's nuts.
Bro, he looks like he's like 17, but this dude is 12, bro.
Yeah,
and he
tall
started
as
like
shit.
spitting
That is
verses.
so cool.
Richie.
Yeah, bro. And then he turned on Star Dance on the TV.
What?
And he started spitting the whole thing word for word.
How
I'm
does
like,
that
bro,
feel? Like, how does that make
It's
you?
amazing,
Yeah.
bro.
It
As like
pushes you.
yeah, it does.
For
like,
sure.
Especially as like when you see like a younger family member, like being like, dude, you guys are so cool. Like that shit hella pushes you, bro. Because like when we were younger, bro, like when the only people we had to look up to were people that we didn't even fucking know.
Yeah.
You know, or for us like
Our older siblings.
like family, or like other than that, then like it's just people that you don't really know, you know, on a personal level. And for to be that person for my
Someone
cousins
else, yeah.
or like actual family,
Yeah.
to look up, like as in like, bro, you can do artistry if you want. Like find something that you like. I tell the people this I tell anyone this, like find something that you like and chase that shit for real. Because that's what we did. Like on the realest note, like we found something that we all love. We all found it at the same time. That's what we've been pushing.
I think what like hella means the most to me too is like yeah, my cousins too, but like my little sister, bro, she's like she's like about to turn, or she's like 10 already, or about to turn 10 this year. And like first of all, she acts hella grown, but like like she is probably like one of my like for real like my biggest supporters, like for real.
Yeah.
And like it just hella means a lot, because I'm like, I don't know, I think like growing up and stuff, like being like the middle child and stuff too, like I hella didn't really think of myself as like someone who could be like her role model and whatnot, you know what I'm saying?
That's so interesting.
Yeah, and so like, but like she literally like tells me all the time that like she's like hella proud of me, and like that like she just looks up to me.
That's so cool.
And I'm like, damn, like I gotta get this shit for you, gang. Like like even like little stuff, you know, like
It makes you
like,
want to act right, you know? Like it makes you want to
literally
really
does.
have your
And,
shit
like,
together.
I just have to be like a better person for her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like I hella want to put her on all the time, like my old drip and stuff. Like I'll just give it to her and stuff, because I'm like,
Yeah.
bruh, like you better be walking around like you swag as hell, like you sister, bro. Like, but no, yeah, that's just like.
I'm sure you guys feel like that in like a group dynamic too. Like I'm sure you like in terms of like doing it for each other. Like that's really beautiful. I feel like I've been very lucky to like grown a team like with Above the Bridge, and it's like now like I think one of my guiding motivations is like I want to do it for these people that I love, you know? It's like I want to be able to like give the people that I love and believe, people who genuinely believe in me.
Feed them.
I want to exactly, man. And it's like then it kind of becomes deeper than what you're doing. Then it becomes like a full self-reflection, like what
like
you're
you
doing,
gotta
why you're alive, you know?
Full circle.
It's
a
full circle.
for sure.
It becomes the reason why, like, instead of it being like, oh fuck, this is what I want to, like, I want to do this for them. It becomes a motivation because you realize like, oh, this is what I'm doing is not always just for me.
Yeah.
Literally.
Especially for us, because we're in a group, I feel like we realized that
We gotta
pretty
move
quickly.
in a unit. Everything that we do is gonna reflect on each other.
Exactly.
For
Like,
us,
That's
so,
true.
and everything that we're
Whether it's
doing,
good or bad.
whether it's
Yeah,
good or
exactly.
bad. Exactly. So like we have to keep our act right, like
Yeah.
for each other.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be fair to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If like one of us was like doing something and then like it reflected on us, or like just like vice versa. And I feel like, but
That-
even too like in a good way that pushes us. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly. That creates more of the group dynamic, because it's like, oh shit, whatever you on,
You
shit
gotta be
out,
on too.
I gotta be
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
that too.
I think that like
Yeah.
we've been hella emphasizing that just like the past couple months too, like coming together as a group and being like, yeah, like we have certain roles that like we give each other that like we have to take charge of, you know. But like at the end of the day, if we see one another slacking, like we got to pick up that pace, or like even just you guys trying to act all secretive right now under the table.
It's like you're in like a high school math class.
You're
like-
we're not trying to
Break
get
character
flagged
right
up
now,
on
gang.
YouTube.
Hey, that's how we function.
For real. But no, yeah, like you just got to show up for one another. I think that's what it is.
It's purely based on you scratch my back, I'm gonna scratch yours
Yeah.
2 times as hard. Goddamn.
Exactly.
You know, like, but it's like, it's very natural to us. I feel like, because I feel like if you don't know, me and Tony have known each other. I'm talking for the people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tony known each other for like goddamn since we were like 9 years old.
Yeah.
Me and TB known each other since birth. I've known her since she was goddamn born. Me and Zev known each other since like 4 or 5. So it's like I feel like a lot of things come naturally to each other because we grew up around each other. We became the people who we are and who we want to be around each other. So it just helps create the dynamic more because we are on the same vision. We've been sharing the same vision since we were little.
Can I ask you a sort of personal question? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
Go ahead.
Do you think it ever, because you guys are all just like family and you've been together for so long, does it ever get difficult to balance the relationship between your work and then you're like, you're just your being family, being best friends?
Yeah.
You go. You
Yeah,
just
it's
answer
pretty,
that
I
first.
mean, like it's like a two-way sword, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like you want to make time for your family and shit, but you gotta go to the studio, you gotta work. I mean, but we're all like focused on one goal, and that's just to fucking blow up.
I feel like as of recently, we've been hella Bay Area for that. Hella emphasizing on
Hella
that.
phenomany.
You know what I'm saying?
We've been hella phenomany lately.
We've been hella phenomania. We've just been really emphasizing that point of like our group because like
Yeah. It's like all of us or none of us.
yeah, like if time production for all of us, there's 4 of us. So it's like
Yeah.
I can't go out and waste their time if they're gonna be in the studio.
Yeah.
Like that would literally be wasting their time. The song is not gonna be finished, and it's vice versa for all of us, you know. So it's like
unfair.
it becomes unfair. So I feel like that's where the group dynamic becomes very more tight. And I feel like also our family on the outside, they are very understanding about it too as well because they do understand. Not only am I working on their time, they're working on our time too as well. So it's like we're all working around each other. We're all gonna make that same space for each other. Go ahead if you want.
No, yeah. I was gonna say like that's just kind of how it is too. Like, I think us like being like these are like literally like my family. Like, these are my cousins. Like, in certain situations, like but they're also like in my group. So I have to talk to them like they're my group mates. And
Yeah, of course.
Other than like I want to just let them slide for something just because like they're like my family or something. Or like even if like I don't know how to say this. Like with my actual family too, like it kind of sucks, but like sometimes like I gotta not be home certain times. Like I can't do certain things because at the end of the day, like Kid Lords is like my baby and my family first before anything
Of course,
else. You know?
yeah.
So like, I mean, I don't know if somebody needed me and then like, but he needed me first. You know, like I'm gonna go help one of them first. Same with Tony. You know, like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have his back like he's my brother for real, or something like that. So like, just kind of like pick and choosing, but like Kid Lords always comes first. I think that's what helps us like the most, you know, like just like how we move and how we like stay so close together is like we had to have a talk with each other one day, you know, like, but at the end of the day, like, we're each other's, like, inner circle.
It's like communication.
It's us first before anybody
I think
else,
that's a good way to say it. Like, you're each other's inner circle.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you're not keeping anything from each other.
Exactly.
You know what I
We
mean?
are each other's safe space.
Yeah.
You want to answer that question? The same one?
Yeah, go ahead.
What was the question again? Is
How do we manage time between each other and family?
Like, how we treat each other, like, because, I mean, we're family.
Yeah, we are family. Like, no doubt about it.
Because, like, literally both, like, by, like, relation and blood.
Yeah. I
You
feel
guys are
like
actually family.
It
Like,
is easier to talk to you guys, you know, because we are so close. And it is easier to talk about what needs to be done, our problems. But as well as it is easier to get work done with you guys because anyone else, it would just, it's, you know, it's just not there.
yeah.
I say, like, what's it called? The word.
Chemistry.
Chemistry really matters.
Twinistry.
Yeah, the chemistry really matters between y'all.
That was great. That was a new.
That's
The
a new word.
twinistry.
That was an evolution.
That's new lingo right there.
I'm finna mainly be in my twinistry.
I'm in my Twitch right now.
Oh shit.
Jesus,
smack that shit,
die right now.
Focus on us right there.
But yeah, man, it is definitely, we do have our hard times. We do definitely argue. Like,
course,
real
yeah.
family members.
Family does,
But,
yeah.
yeah, you know, I'd say working with them does get easier, but it also does get harder as we go.
Exactly.
You know, nothing's gonna be piece of cake.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
working with
course.
family is
we don't expect it to
working
be.
family is
Yeah.
never easy.
It's also hard because, like, this is, like, almost the inverse, but it's weird. It's like when you're working with somebody for so long, they become family. Like, they become more than just, like, a collaborator or, like, somebody to work with.
It's-
Like,
It is
like
the inverse
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
with us, it's instead of working with family to become, or instead of working with business to become family, we're working with family to become business. We did the exact opposite, and I feel like does make the bond stronger.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mateo. Like for me, like Mateo was like at first he was like my business partner, and now he still is, but he's also my brother.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, it's like I would do anything for that kid. So it's
Yeah.
like it's strange to navigate it when it goes the inverse. You know, when it becomes like it goes from like business partners or like friends or collaborators to like actual like
Oh, yeah.
siblings. You know, like
Yeah.
actual brotherhood. Like
I think that like somebody that like I hella been feeling like that about recently is
Dream Away.
Dream, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like
Shout out
when we first
Dream.
met him, like that was just like
Business.
He was
I
just-
mean, that was like I fucked with him. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like I fucked with his energy and stuff. But like at the end of the day, like that's just somebody that like
that
I was working with
Mm-hmm.
and I fucked with, and like we were like I was thankful that he like gave us like his studio to like work in and stuff. But like now like I consider him one of like a kid lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Like I'm
That
a ride
is-
for him, like how I ride for one of them, and like just like it just over time, like that just happens.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I really do. For the past probably like year actually, we've been working with Dreamawake.
I wanted to, I really wanted to start to cut you off, but I really want to touch on that because, like, there's a clear, like, distinct, like, for example, like, from when, like, I first interviewed you guys, your sound then to your sound now, very different. Like, you guys are doing a lot more electronic stuff now, but you're still doing more of, like, you know, like, the lyrical stuff that you were doing when I met you guys, but it's, like, there's more of a variety now. Do you think Dream is one of the reasons, do you think he pushed you to, like, be in a more
100%.
electronic
Big business.
space?
The Dream Awake
100%.
effect,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
Effect.
Like he gave us the sauce.
I go ahead, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
He like gave us a sauce and like gave us the push, and like he literally like sat us down and told us like you guys can really do this shit.
Yeah.
So it's like so motivating for someone to be that like the stature that he is, and like he still needs more like to get as much more respect.
No.
like, than
Oh,
he-
for sure, man.
No, yeah,
Way
and
more,
I do think he, like what they're saying, he brought us to another level, but also he really did like
Push you out of your comfort zone.
Facts.
he I
definitely.
actually like his recording method and everything. It's completely different to drill. Shout out Flip Drill.
Shout out Flip
Shout out
Joe.
Flip Dro.
Shout out Flip Drill. But it is completely different because
Two sides of the coin.
Joe is more. He's gonna give us the technical time to
Uh-huh.
write out more singing verse.
Yeah. And
We're
say-
gonna use our voices and everything.
Or just
But I feel
more
like
lyrical, maybe.
exactly
Too.
more lyrical or anything.
Mhm.
But I do feel like with Dream, we have all evolved to a point where we are able to just get into that stew and let out our ideas freely.
Yeah.
It's like he taught us how to trust ourselves and trust our own self.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
That's so crucial.
Like, he just wants us to be confident in what we do no matter what. Like,
Yeah.
there's been multiple times in the studio where I'm like,
Scratch that.
yeah, I want to change it. Like, nah, like, I'm not really feeling it. But I think that's just because, like, we get in our heads sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, that's exactly what he doesn't want in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants us to be the art just itself. Like, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Don't second guess that shit is what he tells us.
Can you elaborate on that? Like, you mean like he just wants you to like throw ideas out there? No idea is a bad idea. Like in his studio.
I can't. You want it?
It's not really like even like that. It's just like he doesn't want me to second guess myself at all. And like if basically like he wants us to go with like almost like, I don't know if you ever seen like people say like when you're like making music and whatnot, like any idea that you get and you put out into the mic, like that's sent down from like something else. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah, I talk about this all the time.
There's like
Yeah.
wavelengths
Heaven
and shit
sent.
going on in the air. You know what I'm
The
saying?
creative
Like,
muses.
Yeah, exactly. And like he wants you to like grab that and put it in there and like not let that shit go. And like that's what you're gonna ride with. You know what I'm saying?
What-
So like if you second guess yourself, then like that's gone. And he wants
Yeah.
you to like hold on to that. And like that's just what it is.
What he really like focuses on is the moment.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
so like if we will create our moment in
You can go if you
in
want.
like real time. Yeah, I'll run this shit up. Don't worry about it.
I handle it. I
Go.
handle it. No, it's cool. I handle it. I handle
Piss
it.
it.
Take a leak break.
Take a little piece.
But I will say that he gives us that space to, instead of thinking twice about what we're gonna say, we're gonna blurt out what's like
Like flow of consciousness.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't even mean this to be like what you said, but like the first flow that I hear in my head when I hear a dream beat, I will literally go with it. Like it's and I learned that through just working with him. Like when I was working with Flip Dro, I would literally there would be literally like probably like 5 different flows that come up to my head. And I would kind of sit there and decide like, okay, like what can be a hook, what can be in verse, what can I switch up? But more with Dream, I feel like fucking anything can be a fucking
Anything is a hit.
anything.
Yeah.
Anything is a verse.
Yeah.
Anything is a hook. Anything can be anything, you know. So it's a matter about the artist placement and the flow of the song.
Yeah.
If I throw a verse and we just all agreed that TB's about to go next, but she don't got no verse, or fucking the verse that she spit would probably go better after him or him, you know? We will literally switch it up. Like if we have like a set schedule for something, for a song, we have no fucking
There's not a lot of
outside.
structure. Like there's got to be.
We don't have a set structure of how to create our art, because that's what art should be.
Yeah.
You know,
It should just come
art
naturally.
art should just come naturally, and it should be something that's flowing in the room, and it doesn't matter what you're making. Like you could say us right now, we're making art.
For sure. Yeah.
This is live art.
Thanks for saying that, because a lot of people don't say that.
Okay, anyone who doesn't say that doesn't really appreciate or understand the concept of art.
Yeah.
Because it is something that people are creating. You're seeing someone's live creation, you know? Even if it is an edited song, someone went back over, re-recorded.
But it's still how you were feeling in that room.
You're still
Yeah.
catching the vibe of what was going on in that room at that certain time.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing right now.
Oh, yeah. I
You're
think
wow,
literally
well said.
capturing the vibe of. I don't mean to sound like, oh yeah, vibe, but I'm saying you're capturing the energy of what's going on currently,
Yeah.
and that's considered art.
For sure. That's so. Oh damn, that's hella true.
Yeah.
And it's but I mean that's all really like. I feel like making a song can be just like that. You know, it's like the same exact thing. It's like when you're in a room, you're capturing exactly how you feel in that current moment.
Exactly.
It's like it. I mean, well, I guess you could do it, but I think it's probably really hard to make a song about you from 10 years from now.
You can. I'm telling you right now, you actually really like. It's really easy to make a song
About your future
If
self.
anything, it's.
Do you guys do that?
It's easier to
Hell
make.
yeah.
It's easier to make a song about your past self than your future self.
Yeah,
I
for
feel like.
sure.
Your future self, you can manifest what you're about to be on the track.
That's hella fun to do too, bro.
And it's
That's
so
one of my
fun.
favorite things about this. Like, I love when people say, like, I'm going to do this in a year, and then it comes true. I love that. I love that.
In about a year and a half, the Kid Lords will be running this music industry, and I can tell you, and that's
Beautiful.
that's
Snaps up.
that's like I could pinky promise you that.
Pinky
I'll
promise.
pinky promise everybody that.
Huzzah.
That's
Cheers.
beautiful.
Whoa.
Damn.
But I will say a lot of art is like it is manifestation. Like you need to talk about the life you want to live,
Yeah.
and then B, take those steps to make the life that you want to live.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like if
Very true.
you're rapping about money, make the
Better
steps to
get
get
that
money.
money.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. Like you need
Do that shit.
if
Do that shit.
if
Move
you're
that
gonna
shit.
do that shit, move that shit, and fucking make sure that shit gonna make that fucking work, bro.
He got it. Nah, he got it though. He got it.
Like
He got it.
it's
Oh,
legit.
God.
That was
It's-
it.
Come on. Come on.
Shout out to my son. But if you really want something in your life, bro, you need to make the effort to actually do that shit. You know, like you can't just sit there, be like, oh yeah, I'm manifesting my whole life.
And then not do anything.
Whole time you got no fucking
Lazy as
motion.
fuck.
Yeah,
No
no
motion.
motion.
Like,
But people do that.
Bro,
man.
like-
Like,
It's real too.
I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
real.
I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly.
Recently, we've been running to our first.
Nah, don't use hard on it.
Hey, fuck them. No, but I'm just gonna say vaguely. Recently, been
No
running
names.
to our recent haters. You know?
Haters.
really?
Hey, but it's honestly.
How have you dealt with that
No,
experience?
it's
But
just
with
gives you
that
more.
experience,
matter.
bro, it's a laughing.
It's
matter.
a laughing matter that definitely pushes you. So it's just
Yeah.
like, bro, we're gonna prove you wrong. Like, the fuck, you saying we have no motion, but bro, look,
What is you doing?
Bro, I got
Also,
the
like,
most
what are you
motion
doing
right
with your
now.
life?
I don't mean this in a cocky way, bro, but I'm gonna hold my nuts in a certain manner.
I'm saying,
Like-
Look straight at the camera. when you say
That was a
Look at the camera.
statement.
I'm saying, like if you gonna hate on us, if you are literally gonna
No
hate
call outs
us,
on Music Matters. No names.
No call outs, none at all. I ain't giving nobody attention that I don't even want
hell
them
Good,
to have
no.
attention.
good. Don't.
But I'm gonna say, like, if you're gonna call us out, like, make sure you're doing something bigger than us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's very true.
like, even if you
Just in general. It's just like a general
even if
rule.
you are gonna call us out, and you are doing something bigger than us, and then you hating for.
But
art
also-
is art, and that's what we're making.
Like what?
Yeah.
What ASAP Rocky said. How you gonna get mad at someone who's trying? Like, how you gonna make fun of someone
Oh,
who's trying?
yeah.
Fucking
Dude.
loser.
You're a loser.
Matter of fact,
Dude.
suck another dick.
I was
Like
talking.
the other day, like you, like bro, that's real loser.
Yes.
shit.
Oh, that's so facts though. I was
Real
talking
loser shit.
in like a recent project that we did that I can't talk about yet, but it'd be very excited for it. I was talking with Jody Fontaine. Shout out to Jody.
Shout out
And
Jody.
Shout out AG.
but-
Shout out AG.
Shout out AG, man. But he said something that really stuck with me. He said, "You make a lukewarm version of whatever you're trying to create when you pretend that you don't care as much as you really do."
Exactly.
He said that, and I've been thinking about that ever since.
because the
But
people
it's
that
so
fake.
true, man. Like it's like people who like we just said, like literally what you just said. You said like, how are you gonna be mad at someone who's trying?
Yeah.
The people who act like they aren't trying are never gonna do anything. Like
because
one
they
thing
don't
that
have the real passion.
because they're not trying.
They're not
It's like-
really
There's no
trying.
such thing as a try hard when you're
Yeah.
like making music, bro.
Exactly.
You should be fucking trying
That
hard.
is-
You've been
should.
trying your
You
whole
should.
life to do
Exactly.
anything.
If this is your passion and this is what you want to be
You should
doing
be a
with
nerd.
your life,
You should be a
a
geek.
fucking nerd about this.
Yeah, man.
You should be thinking about this shit on the most technical level. But if someone's seeing your effort and telling you, "Oh, you trying way too fucking hard. Y'all not it."
So maybe you should try a little bit
It's
harder.
like maybe you should try harder, bro. You got fucking 2 posts up, and you're talking about goddamn Kid Lords.
Yeah.
Like,
Read that. That kind of reminds me. That reminds me of that right there. Read that number 2.
No.
we will never be like the music industry weirdos.
If you are a fan of someone, tell them. If someone says they're a fan of you, say thank you. Say thank you.
Say thank you.
That was
I'm
You
beautiful.
got it. You got it.
amazed.
You got it.
But it's like that's rule number 2.
That's rule number 2.
I live by that because that is like very similar to like I feel what we were just talking about. It's like if you get to a place where or you think you're better than your fans, you will lose your fucking platform so fast because you're not.
Because your supporters are you.
Yes, bro. Exactly. Yes.
You are your supporters. You are the embodiment of your supporters.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be what your supporters want you to be.
Yeah.
You will be your biggest supporter. I'm telling you, no one else will support you as much as yourself, bro. You
so true.
We are lucky
believe in your
because
fucking self, bro.
we are in a group, and we are our biggest supporters.
Yeah.
Like, so we get the self
you should be.
confidence from someone else that's not even ourselves. You know, we're getting self confidence from fucking our surroundings, which is
We'll
what we
die
built.
about this shit for real. Like, we'll die about this Kid Lord shit for real.
And you should. Do you think that pushes you in a studio setting? Like, for example, if one of you guys walk, like if Tony walks in the booth and Manos put like a verse before you, and you're like, that shit was super.
I'm like, hold on, give me a second. I'm sorry.
Just go out.
P transition.
Yeah, I know.
Just like this, basically. Hey.
Just get out.
Bro, I had to stump on that.
Show him the cramping right now, dude.
Hit him with this one.
I don't know why.
Hey, we got to hit him with that.
No, but like for example, if like you're about to like get in the booth and like spit a song or spit a verse, and like Menace just got out, or like TB just got out, or like Zev just got out, and they spit like some crazy ass verse, does it motivate you more? Like, are you in your head, not on some like I'm gonna be better than you shit, but you're like, I gotta like match their energy type shit?
It's just all about energy, honestly. When it comes down to us, like making music, like we focus heavy on energy.
We're just feeding off each other the whole time. And sometimes too, like even if like just to like help someone else out that's like in the booth, and like especially like Tony or something, like once like I hear sometimes like Tony will like switch up his flow and like start doing something, and I'm like, that's the one right there. Like he need to go with that.
Yeah.
Like I'll just go up to the window of the studio and be like, you know,
how
and
do you
turning up with him.
Like in terms of like, I mean, we'll probably get to that later, but I know you guys were talking to me about like an album that's in the works and the plans. When you're like, you know, making like executive decisions as a group, like, you know, say like this song's gonna go on this project, this song's not gonna go on this project, or like this verse gonna come before this one, this verse gonna come before that one, there's gonna be some kind of order. How do you go about like making those decisions? Is it like purely democratic, or like in what way do you make those decisions? Is there usually like a group consensus?
Yeah. I think that it has to come from one
Damn, you
person
switched up
first.
auto.
Yeah, that's good, gang.
Hey, it's KL Menace.
I think it has to come from for real. This is Tony actually. But no, it has to come from like one person first, you know, like because at the end of the day, like we want to know what's on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
So like if one person feels some type of way about something, like we always like be like, well, speak your truth, like say what you want, like, you know, and then we'll all hear about it, think about it as a group, and then we'll come to like a group like vote basically. You know what I'm saying? So like this one person, at least we heard him out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, they heard me out or something. But then like, you know, if they don't all agree with like something that I want to do, then I'm like, we won't do it then. You know, like it's like everybody has to be on the same page. And if it's like 3 against 1 or something, then we're like, nah, let's just do something else. And then or we'll like come to an agreement like what's that called when you're like okay, well, let's do this so that
a group like a group consensus.
Yeah, consensus basically. Like we come to a lot of those.
What's that thing you guys always say? You say get it where you fit, or get it where you fit in. Get it where you fit in. Yeah.
Get in where you fit in for real. Like closed mouths don't get fed, especially like in this group dynamic that we have. You know, like if someone like if we like were to drop something and then somebody were to say afterwards like they weren't happy with something, we would all be like, bro, you should have just said something. You should have said something. Yeah. Because we all would have changed that shit. Like we all have like the capacity and the tools to change whatever we want to make everything that we're doing like ours. And like so it's all in our hands. Like we just got to say something.
Okay, so one thing I want to ask you too is like when you, because there was in my head, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a very clear like moment, like it was pretty much when War came out, and then like the fall, and then like it was like War and then Newport Shot. It was like both those songs were like very much like different sounds than like what you'd worked in the past, like definitely like a progression, and like you guys were trying different sounds. Was that like a conscious decision? Like were you like, okay, we're gonna try something new, or did it just like naturally progress to like what you were creating at the time?
So honestly, like that naturally progressed. I'd say we definitely thought about it like, damn, this does really sound different than what we have out.
Yeah.
But to be honest, War,
which is dope to me.
War was one of the first songs we ever recorded with Dream Awake. I think it was
Like the first
the second time we ever linked with Dream Awake, we made War. And once we finished it, we're like, okay, yeah, this is definitely something our people need to hear, especially because they've been hearing a lot of. We just need to show them that we have variety, you know.
Yeah.
I'd say especially now, we're gonna come at y'all with a different sound for real, bro. Like the new Kid Lord sound is gonna be different.
Oh yeah. Unexpected.
I'd say since War, we definitely been on like similar waves to I don't know how to explain it. Well, we
same
wavelength, you know? Like a lot of Dream Awake beats.
Yeah, I think that like even like how we've been saying like we're making like a project with him. We kind of separated it into 3 different like sounds basically that we have a Dream Awake a lot of the time, and like some of it is like War, you know. Like
so that's like very much like there's like 3 specific like angles you're kind of going at it from.
Yeah.
So we have kind of like 3 different like I guess attack topics you can say. We're the first. Should I just give it up? Just categories. Just categories. Okay, I will give you.
Yeah, don't say it if you don't want to. Don't
say it.
I will give you the title.
No. Don't give him the title.
He's saying no. He's saying no.
It's a surprise.
Can I say no?
Consensus.
That's a no.
It's a no.
Word up like that. But I will say we do have a hitter coming at a group of hitters coming at your guys' way, and it is just straight hitters. Like it's not gonna be.
We'll let y'all see.
Yeah.
You know.
You guys will find out.
Y'all gonna get visuals too.
But yeah,
crazy this year.
In terms of sound, though, I think that what was interesting to me when you guys started working with Dream and kind of like moved more in that electronic direction. I talked about this like extensively in an interview I did recently with C4. Do you guys know him?
C4.
Yeah.
Sounds mad familiar.
Yeah, good ass guy. Yeah. But anyway, we were talking about how like I feel like personally like that sound, the sound like your last 2 singles and like Dream sound. That is kind of like a true representation of what's happening in the Bay Area underground, in my eyes. But it's like, but you have like Fizzler and like all these like I don't go fuck, call my name, but like you have like Fizzler and like all these and all these like different media platforms, or even just like like certain labels or whatever. They want you to think like the Bay Area sound is one thing.
They want you to put you in a box.
Exactly.
Like, I promise you guys, if they posted us like on the Thizzler, like these people would be like, what the
fuck is this shit? But the problem is like I think that and not even to like hate on the traditional Bay Area sound, because I love it. That's like hip hop that I grew up listening to, you know?
Exactly.
But it's like to act like that's like an honest representation of exactly what the sound is right now is so false. It's like we try to like they just want to act like the Bay Area sound is like one specific thing.
Dude, and it's not like, dude, I think out of all places I've ever, no way, bro.
That was bad.
No way.
That was bad, bro. On the 21st.
On the Kalena drip, by the way.
On the Kalena drip. Hey, shout out
Kalena.
Made our whole fits right here.
War on the T.
Yeah.
Damn, not on the Kalena drip. Not the truly on the Kalena
No,
drip.
but I think
We are completely appreciative for these fits.
Yeah.
What was that word you used?
Appreciative.
Appreciative.
You know?
It's a big
But
word.
no, I think that like,
That's
where
a big
we're
one.
from, like the Bay Area, bro, it's probably like the most versatile place I've ever been in my entire life.
That's what I'm
bro.
saying. And
like there is not just one thing you're so.
But that's why it bothers me that like there are certain like groups and like and media people or whatever who want you to think the Bay Area sound is one thing and it's still this thing and it hasn't changed, because it is boxing the Bay Area in to where people from the outside aren't interested in it, because it's like they're like, oh, it's just one sound, but it's just fucking not. Like it's just like there's so much different stuff like coming out of the Bay Area now. Like I feel like like the electronic sound you guys are kind of doing right now, like that is as much right now in like a representation of the Bay Area underground hip hop sound as like the traditional like I call it post hyphy is what I call it. Like post SOB, and you have like just like I can name a million artists, but it's like that whole Thizzler sound type thing. It's like that is obviously that stuff's being made in the Bay Area, but it's like that's not all that's being made
It's still
anymore.
prominent, and I think there's room for everything.
Of course,
I think there's room for everything, to
I
be
say
honest
like,
with you.
don't get me wrong, I love the Bay Area.
Sorry that
sound.
tripod's mixed up and I keep falling
No, it's
over on
okay,
you.
bro. It's okay, bro. But don't get me wrong, I love the Bay Area sound. I love Bay Area artists like SOB, Young Slowby.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, Young Slowby, for real.
I was hella tough on that Bay Area music, bro. Like, especially in high school, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's all I listen to.
I feel like any
fucking Mike Sherm.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I feel like
Shout out TB. Put me on Mike Sherm when I was like 12.
Yeah, and he was low key like, I don't know, and I was like,
I was
nah.
Honestly,
I feel like
I was probably the only Kid Lord out of all of us that didn't come up off of Bay Area music.
really.
I was not drawn to that at all. I was more drawn to like the underground scene of
Always, all the
actual
time.
hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, if more the wide, broad aspect of hip hop. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like
What kind of stuff?
I'm not even saying this to be the cocky one. Like,
No, but he definitely-
Like, he
Yeah,
hella put us on
Menace-
Cardi.
Menace is the one who put us on what we're on today.
Yeah,
Like, I'm saying it
literally.
right now, like, I wouldn't be listening to half the music I'm listening to without Menace.
Yeah.
But
Like-
it's just because, okay, as like a younger artist, I guess, like at the time I was not an artist at all, but as a younger artist, I was looking for people for inspiration. Like this is
of
what
course.
I want. I knew since I was like probably like 10 years
Legit.
old, literally 10 years old. Like this is what I wanted to
Be
do
an
with my life.
artist.
I wanted to be an artist in any way possible.
Yeah.
Or a B-boy.
And it's so crazy because
yeah,
we
or
were
Jabberwocky.
all thinking that. We just didn't tell each other, you know?
Yeah, you know,
Embarrassed to tell each other, but we were
Embarrassed.
all thinking that shit.
Oh.
you know,
I
like-
know you were too, Tony. I know you were. That's why you're here right now.
Tony was the last one to admit it to us, and we
Yeah.
was like, then
Go
bro, you
get
s-
that.
You see what we on?
Exactly.
Pull up on us, like bro, like you my brother, like why you Kid Lords already?
Yeah.
You know, and then we initiated him, and he was real Kid Lords.
Yeah, that's like I keep referencing this conversation I had last night at this fucking show, but it was a great conversation. This
Sounds like a
guy
good
Steve, it was a cool ass talk, but we were talking about the same thing. It's like I feel like, just personally speaking, like I feel like there was a long period of time like I was on like the outside looking in at like Bay Area music, and I wasn't like a part of it, you know. And it's like I feel like every kid when they're like there's a certain age in their life where they realize like I want to be a part of this, but they're on like the outside looking in. You know, you're looking at all these people, all these bands, all these rappers, all these musicians doing certain things. You're like, I wish I was a part of that.
It's because this is the biggest amount. Okay, look, for a kid that wants to be an artist, anyone, that's me, you, fucking anyone in this room that is from the Bay Area.
Everybody.
Literally everybody in this room.
Literally.
Shout out gang.
Anyone that is
area.
Hella many.
That shit, I'm finna hella be living hella many right now.
But anyone who wanted to be an artist that is coming from our area, the first thing that they see, the first thing that we're attracted to is music.
Yeah.
Because that's the first thing that we hear. That's the first thing that we are fucking shown. Like this is the first
The
thing.
culture.
It is our culture is music
Very
in
true.
the Bay Area.
Literally.
But it is very boxed in. So I feel like anyone that is younger, all of us want to fucking propel our music throughout this industry. And like I feel like that is our main goal. We don't want the props of starting this. We don't want to be part of starting it. Like spreading our energy throughout this whole world, this whole like nation type beat. We just got to get this shit done, you know? And I think that all of us know that. And I think that we have like a hive mind because everyone helps each other. And like you can talk up to the deepest parts of NorCal. You talk about James Drop Top.
Yeah.
James Drop
Shout
Top.
out James.
Shout out James Drop Top.
James Drop Top. He's like
I think his episode will be the one before your guys' actually.
He's like a real,
That's gonna be sick.
That's crazy.
Shout out to James.
Shout out James.
You watching this right now? You probably watched the James interview. Shit.
Beautiful. And if you didn't, if you're able to watch up this point, go watch the James interview if you haven't.
All
Watch
you
the
gotta-
James interview.
All you gotta know is
I'm finna watch it.
Kid
Hell
Lords
yeah.
and James like this.
That's
we got new
game,
music
for
for y'all
real.
for real.
I think that's what like we're hella like coming out to like into the world is that like there's these people that like people know like of these artists or whatever and then they see all of us hanging out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for example, like us and Jay's Jump Stop, like that's worlds colliding. Us and
For sure, yeah.
there's these kids from like the Santa Rosa area called Zombie Gang and they're fire. They're like hyper pop artists.
Oh,
And
you
they're-
gotta put me on with them.
that I'm
Shout out
gonna
Paradox.
put shout out Paradox, Nick Bo.
Shout out
Shout out Nick Bo.
Hold on, like whole Zombie Gang, bro. Like us, like linking up with those kids and everything. Whole world's colliding. Like we're just like we're like literally like how I said, like world domination type shit. Like, bro.
Yeah.
It's just
I think
like
it's a lot of it's a lot of kids in our area
For sure.
that want the same shit. And dude, we make totally different types of music. Like us and James Drop Top, we can make music together, but it's like our vibes are different.
It's
totally
The same thing with those kids, like it's totally different. But I think
That's the coolest
that's
part
like,
about it.
That's the newest, like I think not wave but energy we want to bring into like the Bay Area. That there's literally room for everything, and like we could all be helping each other out.
You guys are like super like, for example, like I know a lot of the people. Like I met a lot of people because of you guys. Like I remember when with the first interview we did, I asked you. I was like, "Yo, can you send me a list of like homies or like collaborators that you think would be dope to interview?" And you, excuse me, and you sent me hella. And I interviewed like a lot of them, a lot.
And I was just like, because those people, I think,
and
are
then,
as interesting as us.
Sorry to cut you off, but and then like. After that, like I interviewed Chucky because of you, and Chucky introduced me to hella people.
Strife no like.
Yeah.
Strife
knows
is deep,
everyone,
bro. Strife is deep, bro.
Shout out to
Hella
Strife.
Shout out to Strife.
That is the probably the first
I love those dudes.
The first group of people to ever show us love.
How did you meet them?
I make music too, yeah.
Chucky, SV Chucky, and on Instagram.
At SV
It's
Chucky.
because of
Shout
Mally,
out
to be
Chucky.
honest with you. That's how I know all of these people. Mally's the reason why I know Dream Awake. Mally's the reason why I know Chucky.
How?
Mally shoots for all these people. Like she.
How did Mally know them though?
She's just a San Jose goat. Like
That's
everybody,
crazy.
Everybody in the Bay Area right now has like probably worked with Mally by now, and they might not even know it. You know, like
You know, I've never actually met Mally like in person.
You need to.
yeah,
He
for
said
real.
me too.
You guys,
You guys
have
actually
a
love
great
each other,
conversation. You
Yeah.
should have her
You
on
should
there.
have her on
I'm
there.
down.
Her on it.
You
guys
guys
have
like
a
a
great
different segment, you know,
conversation.
because
I'm
she
down.
Yeah.
has a lot to say about a lot of things and very like
Definitely.
knowledgeable and has worked with a lot of people and like her. Like, you know, Crybaby in Oakland, like, she has her pictures up on display and shit there and
that's
everything, you know what I'm
sick.
saying? Like, definitely San Jose go, Bay Area go, you know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of these people that I have really good connections with right now, like, it's because of her.
She raised us, bro. Like literally, like
Raised me
she
for real.
put us
What's
on.
your relation to her?
It's her sister.
That's not like that for that's like my sister. Hella crazy, but
That's our
like
big sister.
that's like my big sister. Like I've known her since I was like 10 years old.
Wow.
She played softball with my sister, my older sister. That's like my blood sister, and they were on the same team together. And
Just on some like family shit.
yeah, so that they've been best friends since then and shit. And then when I got to high school, like they realized that I was cool as fuck too and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I wasn't gonna snitch on them for anything, so they just like started hanging out with me. And then me and Mally got hella close. And then she honestly like sparked that like the creativity in me that like I had like an idea like I really wanted to be like artistic ready. Like we were already the Kid Lords before I met Mally. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know that that's like we wanted to make music, and I didn't know like how to talk to people at all, and I didn't know like literally anything. And she just put us on like for real. And
Pushed them.
So like
Yeah.
on that note, she's like managing you guys now, right?
Yeah.
How is that like take? Cause I'm just referencing a bar here, but manager rapper to be honest, I'm just referencing a bar. Like, has that taken a lot of weight like off all of
Dude,
your
you don't
guys'
even
backs?
know,
Like
bro.
having actual management now.
Let TVs be on that.
dude, it's been so like, wow, this is like what
It's relieving.
it's relieving, but this is literally like what I've been working for. You know what I'm saying? So right now, that's our manager. Like she's almost like been our manager, but now she's like being
Like,
a lot
officially.
more, like a bit more serious about it. But right now, even she says like she's just trying to get us to a point where somebody else that could possibly, she knows already that could possibly open more doors than us. You know, for us, then like she maybe could. That's what she wants to get us up to that point.
Yeah.
So
someone
almost
wants to
like
pick us up.
like managing to you until she can like like
And be
allow
like-
give you a connection that like makes more sense for management.
Yeah,
That's very like honest and like very like noble and like
Noble,
kind of
bro.
her.
Yeah, she
Literally.
wants instead of. Okay, so she is like
Uh-oh.
our
No, it's good.
paper towels. But
We chilling.
she is like,
Eric, you tighten that?
I got this.
That's what I was trying to do.
She is like our.
Got this truck.
She is the blueprint for Kid Lords. She is laying down the blueprint.
Thanks, bro. That could have been bad. Damn.
Whoa, who had napkins on?
How has that never happened on an interview?
Hey,
Kid
probably
Lords.
because you never drank on the interview.
Yeah, but I'm not drunk. I just like spilled a Truly.
Yeah,
But like water and shit. I don't know. Anyway, what were you
have
saying?
Oh, Mally is like our mentor for real. Like she's not only just like a manager, she is someone who has like literally grown us since like we've started. So it's a completely different perspective, as in someone who is now in charge of you and in charge of your group if you are in a group. You know, it is harder if you are in a group and you have one single person in charge of you guys now. You know.
Yeah.
But it's completely different because it's not like she's not part of the team. She's completely embedded into the team.
And she was already like part of it for sure.
She's a moving component just like any of the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? Like for like, she's helped so much in just like the short time that we've been kind of like very focusing on like her being our manager.
Can I ask about like specifics? Because I always like to kind of dive into that because like I feel like it's very valuable for like a lot of aspiring artists to understand. Like in what way, like specific, like opportunity wise specifically, like how has she like helped take weight off your back?
Like the way like we talk to people, like she's to help us like overcome that, like just to be more like confident with like what to say. So she's been a real big help on that side. And, like basically a lot of other stuff. Yeah, that's
super vital. Like I have some individuals in my life that have like helped me get over the fear of like cold emailing people or like taking shots or like going up to somebody at like a show and just be like explaining to them what I'm doing and be like, like I really like I respect your art, I respect what you do, and just like I had a conversation with my friend Michael Hunano. Shout out to Michael. And he was talking to me about like just like taking shots in the dark and like how like anybody you can get access to anybody. They're always like closer than you think they are. You just gotta take your shot. Like if you look up to somebody, you want to work with them, just take them out to lunch. Explain to them why you're a genuine person and why you respect them, why you want to work with them.
That's like how we met like James Droptop. I think what was it on SoundCloud? Like he found us.
I met James Droptop on Instagram because I was hella following Black Star Kids, and I'm like a really big fan of them still. And I think that I seen one of them I think I seen James commenting on something that they post and like
it was on Gabe's.
Yeah, on Gabe.
And you click on his profile, it's instantly insane.
You see his name and it says James Droptop, and you're like, what the
hard
hell
ass
is
name.
that? What the hell is that? So I pressed on it, and I'm like, this whole other world of art is just like right in your face. You know what I'm saying? Like from the jump, when I found James Droptop, from the jump you already knew like this is different. What he's putting on.
Him.
This is his world. Then he's creating, and you're just tapping
That's
into
very
it.
true.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what the fuck? And so I just followed him. I liked a couple stuff. I commented on something. And then he did the same thing. And we were like, bro, you're hella hard. And I was like, nah. You think I'm hard, bro? Like, I have these other kids that are just stupid hard, too. that you'd hella fuck with. But how do you think, but what is, like, one thing that you think that you've, like, learned, like, over time, like, now with, like, how Mally has helped us, like, managing wise?
Yeah, that was, and I mean, like, even just piggybacking off that was kind of gonna be my segue question. Like, in terms of, like, navigating the industry, from, like, the last time I interviewed you guys to now, what are some, like, hard truths or, like, things you've had to learn about, like, the industry? And I guess, like, obviously, like, things that Mally helped you with those.
Definitely that this shit comes with so much work behind it, bro. Like, it's good to believe and dream about, we're gonna make it big, like, but Mally really pushed the mindset that, you really can make it big as long as you really got to, put that work in and actually
discipline
and dedication. I feel like for me personally, like that's something I really had to understand, is because personally it's hard for me to focus. But as soon as we got into the studio with Mally and she gave us more
Intel.
confidence and more information, more intel. It definitely pushed us, it definitely pushed me especially.
It's kind of like coming back to like how we were saying, like when we're at the studio working on music with each other and like I have to show up and give the best I could do at that point for them. Like when we're talking to Mally or like when I'm talking to other people and I know that I'm going to have to report back to Mally, like I'm doing the best work I can. I'm talking to these people the best way I can because I know at the end of the day,
like hold you accountable.
I'm representing her, and she's definitely gonna hold us accountable. Like
that's
for how we do it,
crucial.
you know what I'm
Like
saying?
big sister stuff.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
Also like management stuff.
So she keeps it real too. Like if I tell her something, like I talked to this person, and now I'm talking to you about it, and like seeing how we could like just having a business talk, and she'll just be like, next time don't say that. Like don't say that.
Yeah, going off of that, I'd
She's
say
real.
Mally definitely helped us become like it's definitely helping us become business people.
Yeah.
A lot more business.
Well, when you're making music, you are
It's all business.
You're in business,
exactly.
All marketing.
But also she kind of put us more on the actual business scale. Like, okay, so when we first started, or like when we had our start of making actual music, we're more focused on the artistry side of
course, yeah.
Where we want to create what we're creating, like just out of pure fun. Like that, the very first start of it was just pure fun. And
boredom.
capturing the boredom and fun that came out of that process. But now it's more of like all right, let's go have fun at the studio, like
and let our management like help with the other side of it more.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
So you can really focus on the music.
So we don't have to, when we're making the actual song, we don't have to worry about how are we gonna promote this?
Because you know she's got you.
No, literally.
Because Mally's gonna lay out that plan. Our manager's gonna lay out that plan for us, and
that's beautiful.
And it helps the rollout so much way like smoothly.
Yeah.
Because not only are we depending on our insight, but now we have an outside insight of who is gonna be telling us like, hey, maybe you shouldn't be pushing this same song, same type of video concept right now.
I'd say
you should switch it up.
Yeah.
I'd say she also helped us become more professional.
Yeah.
Like overall, like
take ourselves more professional.
Like just take yourself more seriously.
I'd say she really helped us rebrand in a way, but not really rebrand. But she helped us rebrand.
Like stay more consistent.
Stay more consistent.
We were rebirthed.
Rebirthed. No, I like to call it a revamp. That's what I like to call it. Revamp. Yeah. Literally, like you think about it, our first rollout and the job that we've done with Mally as a manager so far has been Newport Shawty. And the numbers.
Rollout was really good.
Numbers cannot lie, bro. At the end of the day, like, yeah, like the way we feel and stuff is important.
A lot of growth.
But dude, like, I posted that on the Kid Lords account, the Newport Shawty video. And okay, so like, mind you, like, our war like reels and videos and stuff probably get like right now I think it's at like 10K or a little bit more than that, like views or whatever. But then I posted that Newport Shawty one and it got 10K in 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that shit's been up. So I was like,
and
okay,
like in terms
something's fucking working right now.
Yeah. So what do you think about that? Like drop specifically, like she contributed, just like in terms of the visual direction and
scheduling.
Like, scheduling.
A lot of that.
That makes
and
sense.
Like creating the rollout, which is important as fuck.
So we had told her our target audience and when our attention span is like, okay, so if I were to post, my golden schedule for when I post is literally like 6 o'clock on every day.
PM.
Or it's weird for me. I get hella fucking views, hella attention on my shit if I post at like 2 in the morning. And I don't know why, but it works. We all have different schedules, and once you're able to communicate.
Wow, so she looked into all of that for you?
She looked
we just
into
told her.
she did. Like she did look into it.
Yeah.
If you really take, like she is able to. Could we give her the information? Now she's able to plan something with that information.
Yeah.
So I feel like because we are able to understand each other and we're able to be so truthful with one another, she's been a contributing part of Kid Lords as well. It's so easy for us to communicate to her of what we're lacking and what we need.
Or we're worried about.
What we're worried about. Like, it's easier for us to tell her our complaints or about anything that we feel like needs improvement, and she can make an improvement.
Yeah, literally, like she tells us, right, like right now, like our main job is like how we say, like to speak up. Like if we are confused about something, say something. If like, for example, like the way that we post, if we don't know, like if we're not sure about it 100% when we're posting something, then ask her about it first. Exactly. Like no matter what it is, you know?
It's an outside source.
Yeah.
If we have an idea, like for
like a
example,
third eye to look at it, yeah.
Like what I've been
or
like
a fifth
hella,
eye, I guess, yeah.
like growing into trying to learn right now is like how like she is our resource right now, basically. So like literally just like ask her. We have like an idea and like if I wanted to shoot a video here in LA when we're here right now this week, I wanted to shoot a video and I didn't know how to find a videographer. I just told her and she made that shit happen, bro.
Wow.
And she just booked it.
That's so that's so nuts.
We good.
I just be throwing. We got some like telecommunication going on.
Telecommunication.
Telecommunication
Some
going
many
on.
finna telecommution right now.
I'm many as fuck.
It's hella finna mania right now.
It's hella many.
I think it's strange too, because like those are all things you don't ever think about before you like get into the industry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you never consider that. Like you're like, oh, I gotta make the hardest music possible, and then I'll blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like you're just gonna.
If only it was that simple, you know.
Just post one song and then go crazy. Like, nah, dude, you gotta put a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of like back end shit just to make it possible.
Don't get me wrong, it can happen. You can
can,
blow
though.
up off
You
of
can.
one song.
For sure.
You can definitely blow up off of one
But
song.
it doesn't mean that you don't need to
Yeah.
put the work in.
Yeah.
You can't depend on the one song
I'd say
to blow up.
I'd say yeah, you can't depend on one song, especially for us. Quality over quantity. It's like this, we're figuring out the quality that needs to get put into our art. You know.
What we're finding out, I feel like what we're refining is our target audience.
What do you think that is?
Man, that
Excuse you.
excuse me. TB or Tony, you could speak on this.
Target audience.
Target audience.
Oh, he's
Like,
good
wait,
at
wait.
that. He's good at like knowing.
Target audience. I mean, like mostly like probably more punk, and then people from like just like I'm gonna say like listen to Playboy Cardi, fucking Uno the Activist. Shit, I don't even know.
If you were to like describe one of our fans, like our target, who do you want to like touch? Like
Shit, the
just
people that
describe that
like
people.
people that just want to like they're motivated to do something for themselves, like
Yeah.
something just to, you know, like. For me personally, like I never felt like I would even be in this position, but like I'm so grateful just to be sitting here, you know, and like I feel like it's possible for anyone just to get up. You just gotta try. That's it.
Do you?
Definitely for the kids who want to do something with their life, you know?
Yeah.
That is the point of Kid Lords.
Do you think that audience has changed? Like, do you think like since you guys started making music to now, that
I
audience
think
is like
it's
pivoted or
evolved,
changed
but it
or
hasn't
evolved?
changed.
I
It
would
has-
think
Yeah,
I
that makes
think
sense.
that our audience has evolved with us.
Yes.
So
Like
it's not a matter of oh shit, we have changed as people, but it's not like a bad change, bro. Like,
Of course not. Yeah.
people gonna change as they age.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say like when we grow, our audience grows too.
For
Like,
sure.
When we were young, our audience was young too. But as we're growing up and becoming more, or having more substance around our life, our music is becoming to have more substance.
Hell yeah, and
Our
just
taste is changing.
adulthood too, bro.
Yeah,
like having to
yeah.
deal with
Taste-
adulthood,
Yeah.
Taste
like
is-
growing up,
it's
growing
definitely-
pains.
yeah.
Real adulthood, like going through things and like actually like I'm not gonna lie, like probably on this next album, we're probably all of us are talking about some real shit
Yeah.
because a lot of the times when we're in the studio, bro, it's end of the day, we are talking about we're damn near pouring our whole ass heart into whatever we're making. Like whatever you guys hear us talking about
In this next album.
in this next album is definitely gonna be things that was happening currently within our lives. This album was curated within like the last year, so
Yeah.
whatever
So-
you hear is gonna be within the last year.
So it's like a huge like conglomerate of songs that were made over the past like year, or did you guys like for
That's
example?
what we wanted to do. A
Uh-huh.
huge conglomerate of a lot of songs. We wanted to push out a lot more content.
It's not like you sat down and like these are gonna be album songs.
Okay, yeah. So we instead of standing on that and becoming more of a oh fuck, everything that we do is fucking the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah.
We're more on all right, let's be selective with what we know is
Yeah.
gonna be hitting with our target audience. You know? What is gonna hit smoother between our peoples and like who actually listens to us? And what is actually gonna get shared between those actual people? Because someone can like your music,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't mean they're gonna show their friends. People are always scared to show their personal music to their friends, and you can say that to about anyone. Like, you can find a new artist, and
Keep it to yourself.
you want to keep it to yourself.
Gatekeep
but
it,
it's,
yeah.
it's not on some. Oh fuck! I don't want this artist to grow. It's
Yeah.
more of a. This is a personal vibe,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I feel like a lot of people feel like that way with our music, but
Yeah.
I feel like with our next album, we're gonna give that more story vibe. Everyone will be able to get us and understand our music,
Like
and
understand
what
who you are as people more.
the direction of what we're trying to do. and I feel like it's gonna be.
If you could like catch everything that we're saying, like just like really think about that and be like, like they really doing this shit.
Because a lot of the things that we're making now is like it's completely different to what we were making, and it's not just down to like the beats that we're hopping on either. It's down to like what we're talking about.
Our energy,
Like
and everything.
before, it was more of a I'm gonna manifest, goddamn, what I want to live. You know.
Yeah.
More now, we're living in the moment. We're talking about what we've been through, actually. You know, and like now it's more fun in a certain sense where we're talking about our experiences or something that we can see within our grasp.
Yeah.
And now it's turning into something that it's actually happening.
Is that ever difficult to be like that personal in the studio? Like to be like that vulnerable? Like if you're writing a verse or just freestyling or whatever, is there a point where it becomes difficult to be that personal and that honest if you know this is something you might put out?
To be honest, I be getting real personal. I ain't even gonna lie. I be getting only because that's art is my scapegoat. You know, you feel me? Like like this is my escape. You know,
Really?
So if I'm gonna be talking about anything, it's gonna be something that I want to get off of my chest. You know, and not only am I thinking about that, I'm also thinking about what are people really about to relate to. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be rapping about fucking something so specific that literally no one's gonna understand what I'm talking about. Or only the people in my circle is gonna understand what I'm talking about. You know, I want to be on a more broader sense, but on a more specific on my own life. So I want to be able to
Talk
have
about
everyone.
your life.
Exactly. I want to
Because then there's nothing to relate to, you know?
Exactly. But also, yeah, I want everyone to be able to feel like they can communicate with me or like understand me on a certain sense where they can kind of relate to me where they are, how they are feeling or anything, you know, about that. You guys gotta answer that.
Huh?
What?
Inspiration.
No, yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
like, okay, well, is it hard for you to like to be vulnerable in the studio? Like,
I mean, like, there are my closest friends. Like, you guys are literally my best friends.
Yeah.
My family. So it's like at some points it is hard. Like, you can't talk about everything that I be going on like throughout my whole life. I can't talk about it, you know.
Of course, yeah.
Most people won't relate, or they can't like picture what I've like done. But with them, it's like, I mean, I'm comfortable. So
Does that make you hesitant to record with other people? Like, is that a concern when you might be recording with a new producer or a new engineer? It's like, it might be hard for me to be this personal when I'm with this person, you know?
It is definitely hard. Like, working with new producers, I'd say it is definitely harder to speak your mind on the mic, especially if you just met them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you tend to think like, because they're listening in the headphones too while you're recording.
Of course,
you
yeah.
tend to think like, damn, what if they don't fuck with it? Or like, as opposed to working with someone we've been working with for like a year, it's like, all right, we already know he's gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Or if he doesn't, he's going to tell us.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. But I'd say working with new people, definitely, being vulnerable is definitely hard. But it's something we all got to learn over the past year when we worked with new artists. Like when we worked, say, okay, I'm going to give you a breakdown. We got invited to a lockdown in LA. Shout out Kids Next Door.
shout out
Kids Next Door. We had a lockdown.
Shout out
and it
Kids
was like
Next
the
Door.
first time all of us were meeting, I'd say around like 10 new artists that we never met before.
Damn near 20.
And it was a lock-in in an Airbnb with like every single room with mics and recording equipment.
And the engineer.
And I'd say throughout
Wait,
that whole
kids. I'm
term-
trying to think if I like know who that is. Kids Next Door.
No,
It is
no,
a-
it's just like I'd say it's like
That
an
was like-
organization. I'd say
It is
Okay,
a
I'm thinking
It's a
of somebody
collective.
else.
It's a
Shout out.
collective.
Okay, cool.
It is a collective of
They were the
different artists.
They were the guys you put that show with, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was
So,
thinking of someone else.
Basically, we had an Airbnb with
Them.
multiple rooms. Yeah, with them, and it was definitely hard to get used to like being around them.
They separated us.
Yeah, they
but-
separated
yeah,
all
they
four of
separated
us.
all of us.
Wow,
Yeah.
was
It's
that a
crazy,
weird
but
experience?
what-
Why?
yeah.
Like just like push you or
So
what?
there's
Tony,
like a
tell
little,
Tony, let Tony
They're
tell.
there's a
like,
little-
they're like, we too strong together. Y'all gotta be separated.
Whoa, I like that.
It's like you guys are a freaking force of like.
So they lock you. Okay, wait, hold up. So when you say lock in, you guys like was it with a bunch of other artists? They like lock. They like said, okay, we're gonna be in this house or whatever. And we're gonna make music for this amount of time.
What we were doing too was
That's so cool.
we were doing sessions. So like
Uh-huh.
we get there in the morning, like we wake up, we all hang out with each other. We like, eat breakfast and shit, and then we're like, okay. We pick cards out of a hat, or we just like write names down in like notes. So basically, like
That is so
each room gets a
cool.
producer.
hardware shit.
Yeah, and they'll
Yeah.
take turns. Whoever's like the producer or like engineer of that, and then or like we did one where like they pick who they want, and like they go in turns, right?
Like a draft.
Yeah, like
It's
a draft.
It's literally a draft.
Yeah, and then
That is so
and
cool.
then we stay in the room for like an hour, 2 hours, and then make a song. We cut each other off. Like, we're done. You have to come show you like
You have
each
to
other.
come show your work.
Yeah, you have to come show now. But then we'll all go down into the living room and play each other like what we made. Dude, that shit was crazy, bro.
That is
Like,
so
his-
cool.
dude, I was like hearing his song and I was waiting for him to come out and I was like, oh shit. I was like, dude.
That's
like,
so sick. They
bruh.
separated you
I'm
too.
not gonna lie though, with that separation, I think we.
I thought you would.
kind of
Did it push you?
Yeah, like in that
Extreme
weekend
push,
was
yeah.
like crazy.
And it was we were only there for like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
They were there for the whole week, and I feel like we were able to evolve like just as much like within our sound, like solely.
That's
because
super cool.
only because of the fact that they told us like y'all are gonna make the same sound or what you guys are making already.
That's so
if you guys
brutally
stay
honest.
together. Yeah.
Wow.
But it was true, and it was true,
Uh-huh.
and it gave us room to grow as artists as our own, because
So-
we're not depending on the people that we're with at all times.
Who are they? Like is it like a company or like
It's-
collaboration?
So like
It's a group of it's a collective of artists. I wish I was able to name all of them, but I will name a few. Chosen, who is here in this building right now, he is part of that group. You have NC17. You have Joe Uska from San Jose.
I've heard a lot about Joe Uska.
Joe Uska. Uska. I will get his name right.
Jaden Gear.
Jaden Gear. You have who else?
Shout out Kaivani.
Arlena. She's an amazing vocalist. Who else was in there?
Lowercase is fire.
That's a fire ass name.
Yeah.
Lowercase. Yeah, he's a fire ass producer, and he's just fire.
Shout out Diddy.
Diddy
from
from the know.
Diddy,
He's
yeah.
from fucking
So it's pretty much just like a bunch of artists together.
Yeah.
huge conglomerates
yeah,
of
so-
artists.
Like a collective.
Collective. No, I would say more of a conglomerate where you have artists who have connected with each other on some straight music shit.
Yeah, they're each other's inner circle.
They're all coming together
That's so cool.
to make music together. And it doesn't matter if you are an engineer or you're an artist, if you are you can play an actual instrument. They have no type of filter about who they are trying to work with. They want to work with every single person, and if you get grouped into a group, you are going to work with that person.
Yeah, dude, like we showed up and like there were some kids I knew, but there were some kids that they like basically drafted in. First time they're meeting them like too. They're just friends online, right? And there was like this one kid that was like 18. It was his first time in America, bro. He was literally from like Australia.
Australia, bro.
He made
That
such
is
an
so
impact on my life,
cool.
bro. Like in that weekend.
What do you mean? Like
okay, first of all, like crazy kid I never met from Australia. First time he's meeting everybody. All right, makes the craziest like freaking like beats I've ever heard with the craziest fucking synth patterns. Like he's crazy.
He's a
And then-
producer?
Yeah, he's a producer. He was there as a producer.
Okay,
He doesn't rap. He doesn't rap. And like, or I mean, I've never heard him rap before, but like
He wasn't rapping at the time.
he hella likes hyperpop. He's hella in the hyperpop scene.
That's sick.
And like just like the underground techno scene and shit right now, because that's popping over there in Australia.
yeah.
His name was his. I'm trying to think what his artist name was.
I'm about to just look up his shit right now.
Yeah.
Something with a K.
Dude, I don't even know.
Anyway, how do you make an impact?
Dude, because
we ran with him for probably like a half a day. A half a day we were running with him, and we were just like in charge of like being with this kid because he was younger than us. And
how old was he?
18.
He's like 18.
Wow.
But like we're just like they're like, okay, this is who you're in a group with today. Please take care of him. He is not from this country.
That is so cool.
And honestly,
dude, I would love to like host something like that. That is sick as fuck.
I'm not gonna lie though, we were telling him there was a Pizza Hut in the Ross. Like
I told him Wells Fargo sells guns and it's an ammunition store and shit. And like we gave him like his first like chicken bake from Costco and shit. And he was like, "Hey, this is just like a biscuit." And I was like, "No, it's not, bro. No, it's not."
It's like the definition of like it's damn near like when like your aunt's like, you know, you gotta let your little cousin play on the PlayStation with you.
We were
That's so cool though.
We were straight glorifying the American life, bro. Like
capitalism.
He thought we were selling guns at the fucking Wells Fargo,
like,
bro.
What, bro? Right, like around the corner in front of the Ross, bro. Like, come on.
And I felt so bad.
That's so funny.
Hey, I'm sorry now.
Nah, but he knows.
But he knows.
But anyway, you said he was crazy talented.
Yeah, like dude,
talent.
like I told him like I was just voicing to him that like, yo, I really want to get into making like hyper pop, techno, rave music, and he was hella listening to that, and like, I was like, what do you, because he listens to like a lot of it, and even like when we were in the car that day, he showed me like one of my newest like favorite artists, like Damon Rush. I don't know where he's from, but he makes like my favorite song right now is like Just Obliterate by Damon Rush, and like, dude, like he showed me that song and I was like, okay, first of all, this kid's crazy, and then like I asked him like, I kind of like writing for hyperpop is different. The way that like you have to like, I don't know, just like how you write your bars is different. It's not like some regular rap shit. It's different. And like, basically like, he just like hella explained to me like, oh, like you have to like every punchline has to have like a very powerful word. And I was like, for sure. And like, I don't know. He just like helped me a lot with that, like diving into like that new scene. Like after I met him, I made like probably like a crazy ass techno song where like that's like the most like proud of a song I've ever been. And like he just like helped me to like evolve my writing into like a different genre of music, you know.
And he just fully like, you just didn't know him before, like you entirely met him like that time.
Yeah, first
then
time
we spent like 3 days with him, I think.
Yeah.
He made like the craziest fucking beats I've ever heard ever.
That's insane.
Yeah. Dude, like
how did they approach you like for that opportunity? That's such a cool idea.
I knew these kids because of Mally, bruh. Like literally.
Oh
like,
yeah, like you were
I knew
saying.
these kids because of Mally, and then like I knew some of them since before I even started making music and shit, and then yeah. So, but yeah, and then like they came to me one time like, basically like that they were gonna do this lock-in, and we were kind of like iffy about it, and then
Why are you iffy about it?
because they couldn't get like a whole week off to just stay in LA. It was like low-key like a little bit on the pricier side for everybody's budget, and I think just being nervous about staying in a house
meeting new people
that you don't know for a whole week, and like you don't know how that's gonna go,
Yeah, of course.
Just kind of nervous about it, and then they were like, nah, like we need you guys here, so we showed up for like just that last weekend, and I knew some of them already, so I was like pretty like acquainted with some of them, and then the boys, it was like their first time meeting like a lot of them, and then that honestly I told them like after that whole weekend, I told them like that was the most fun I had in like months making music. Like I was kind of hitting a point where I was like getting like kind of like tired, and like exhausted and shit, and then like just being there made me like, damn, this is why I make music. Like they made that shit fun again, because I wasn't making music for it to drop, to like with that pressure to like I need to do the best for these kids that I'm in here with. Like this needs to be like a fucking hit, Like it was really just like because I want to make music and I want to meet these people and I want to make friends, and like I just want to have fun.
Like fully spontaneous, like fully like I'm gonna do this because I want to, not because I have to put it out, not because like there's a pressure to succeed. It's like because I want to do it.
Like us like doing that, and then us separating that weekend too, and then like coming back, like I came back home like ready to make music again, bro.
Like almost like a reset.
10 times, like literally like it was a reset, bro. 10 times harder, coming 10 times harder like since then. That was like this past summer.
And that was in LA.
Yeah.
Does LA like often feel like that for you guys? Like what is your like LA experience so far? Like does it feel like a reset?
No, I mean it feels like like a new place. Like I don't know, like it's a new like for us. It's like everything is like different, not different, but like it's more what we want the Bay to be. Is like what it's LA. And like there's just so much shit to do out here, so we're always busy, just trying to keep it busy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I feel like that's really the definition of LA.
Yeah, we're
it's
like hungry every time we come here. You know what I'm saying?
That's
We gotta
beautiful.
go get
Yeah.
something. Like every time we're here, so like I think
It's like, what can we do? Yeah.
Yeah, I think every time we're in LA, we're being who who we want to be, like to the fullest.
so
you know
cool.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and the way that we're approaching people and the way that like we're moving is like this is how we need to move. Like when we like when we're actually blown up. You know what I'm saying? Like this practice right now.
Like move correct.
Yeah, literally.
That's beautiful. Kid Lords.
Kid Lords.
Kid Lords.
Kid Lords.
Biggest goal for 2023. Go.
Biggest goal? Fuck. Drop the tape.
Yeah.
Drop the tape.
This
Yeah.
tape.
Drop the
I'd say
project?
Drop the
music
project.
videos, at least
Push out
At
hella
least-
music.
7 to 10 music videos this year
Yeah.
of this album, connecting to our album. So whatever's
Yeah.
on this album, you can get a video.
I'm
of
very
at
excited.
least half of them, you know.
I think this whole year we're aiming for a visual month. Like we want to be able to drop a visual month. So y'all gonna get 12 visuals at the least.
That's a lot.
Also, 2023 we connecting way more with other people too.
Way.
Yeah.
Like we have our
Mando,
circle. We
yeah.
have our circle, but we're definitely gonna expand. Like last year we had Above the Bridge. This year it's gonna be even more. You know, it's like
Hell yeah.
Above the Bridge is gonna grow. Kid Lords is gonna grow. I'm telling you.
Thank you, gang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
for
course,
sure.
bro.
Of course.
Love y'all.
Yeah,
love you,
Dante. We love
Love
you,
you,
Dante.
Dante.
Love
Above
Dante.
the music matters,
Music
bro.
fucking matters.
Music
bro.
matters.
And if you don't think it fucking matters, you need to.
I appreciate you guys. You guys are one of the first, like, really, like, honestly, you guys were one of the first interviews I did that I was proud of. That means a lot to me.
Bro, no, that means a lot to
I
us,
was
bro.
so proud of that interview,
Thank
bro.
you,
know,
thank you,
it's-
thank you,
That
thank you.
interview was
It definitely opened up more doors for
Dude.
us, bro.
That's
Even my
beautiful.
grandma was watching that, like, oh my
Oh, that
No,
makes
yeah,
me so
bro.
happy.
We still get I still get family members like coming up to me like, oh, you have an interview, like, bro, that was a year ago. You still haven't
That's
watched
so
that?
cool.
But
Wait
yeah,
for the
bro.
next one.
Hey, wait for the next one for real.
Hey, gang, love y'all. Tell them where they can find you guys. Tell them where they can stream your music. Tell them you got any shows coming up. Plug your stuff.
Find us
Ooh.
Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Kid Lords.
Kid
What's
Lords.
your Instagram at?
At Kid Lords _. Our next show is gonna be San Francisco, February 24th. in the
Oh,
Lounge.
I'll be in town.
Come!
That's crazy.
Dude, it's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking lit.
I'm in town the
We're
24th,
gonna
25th,
have, like,
26th.
Dude, no, okay, here's the thing. We're gonna
Oh, I'll
do
be there.
songs that we would like never like
Oh, I'll
normally
be there. It's
perform.
good, yeah.
Like, these are gonna be songs that are like fucking like
No, I'm
honestly
there.
crazy shit, bro.
That's crazy. What are the odds that I'm in
It's
town
all,
for that
like,
one weekend?
It's gonna be all new music.
Oh, it's
Crazy.
good. I'm there.
It is past just rapping, bro. for real.
Beautiful.
But yeah.
If this comes out before then, pull up. But anyway,
For real,
thank you
bro.
guys.
Pull up.
Appreciate you.
Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
It's all love every time we come here. I really appreciate you.
Of course, brother.
Above
You as well, my
The
friend.
motherfucking bridge.
All
Hey, yo,
right.
happy birthday, Mano Solo.
Yeah. Are we gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Mano real quick?
A happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to you, a happy birthday
I don't know this one.
to you. Every day of the year, then you still Jesus here. A happy birthday to you, a happy birthday to you, and the best you will ever have.
Music matters.
Music fucking matters, and if you don't think so,
R.I.P. Sonny.
R.I.P. Sonny, man.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
Sonny.
peace.
Rest in peace, Sonny, man.
Beautiful.
Moment of silence.
My turn for real.
All right, music matters.
Music, man.